he asked me, how do blind people know when to stop at a stop sign? And I said, blind people don't drive. And he said, yes, they do.
They definitely don't drive.
They don't drive, right?
You could be so worried if I just found out that I was on the road with blind
people. I'm telling you,
I'd probably never drive again.
That's exactly what I was going through.
I'd drive to Florida in 2 days.
There's
going to be blind people potentially on the way.
Forgetting.
Is that Elvis?
Speaking of Tourette's.
Yeah,
I know. I definitely.
I know he's like right on the borderline of Tourette's. Just kidding.
Yeah,
I'm running the borderline of
sure.
a lot of things.
That's for sure. Autism straight up.
Which one's gonna push over that line first?
Hopefully, none of like really bad ones.
Like what?
What is
Blood
going
cancer?
on? Push him over the edge?
Yeah, like which one of his weird fucking
Tics?
autism, Tourette's, which one's gonna push it over the line?
Jesse was definitely the I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you.
Maybe if he got like kicked by a donkey or something, he would just go full blown something else.
What if I just went if I went totally the other way? Like all of a sudden I came and I started doing spreadsheets.
I think it'd be great if
really
you just
organized.
came in here and just stopped speaking English. Like you just spoke Spanish for the rest of the time.
That's different.
It would be hilarious.
I could do that.
You speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Well, don't people get into accidents and
Yeah.
like they just speak Spanish
yeah,
or whatever it is?
Oh, yeah. Like, no, it's the accent.
Yeah.
So they speak English,
great.
but all of a sudden they just have like a Chinese accent.
Hilarious.
That's a brain thing.
And
though, right?
yeah, they get into a car accident or they get hit like a traumatic brain injury, and all of a sudden they're just like, honey, what color you want pink?
Yeah.
Imagine you came
funny.
in. So one of us came in one day and just
Honey.
speaking like German or something.
There's that one thing on the internet too where the guy leaves a voicemail. He's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know, I was at the doctor and he said that I got diagnosed
COVID, right?
with COVID and there's something about the Indian COVID." And he's like, but that didn't. It could get worse. It's going to be a couple days.
It's hilarious.
It's great.
You ever see the video of that guy 1 pound fish? 1 pound fish.
My son sings it all the time.
My
It's
kids
such
do
a
too.
pain in the ass.
It's really funny.
But it doesn't mean anything.
It means something to somebody. And then my kid goes, "Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies." I fucking love that.
I'm going to fuck your guys' algorithms up so bad.
So
No,
stupid.
don't open.
All right,
anything
we're
this guy
jamming.
says.
We're jamming.
I'd pretty much send AIDS over Instagram.
So I mean, should we talk about now Vince part of the team?
Oh, yeah, I think that's
Is
good.
that camera being blocked by that door?
He's on. I mean, when
You ready to get? There's only two ways into this team. You either get sexed in or you get jumped in. Which one you want?
Sexed. I'm upset. Yeah,
Rob,
Rob, you're up. Do your shit, Rob.
I'm upset.
Rob, let us know how it goes.
yeah, Rob's gonna fuck you now.
Oh my God.
Well, there's two types of men in this world: those who pull away and those who push back. So, yeah, I'm upset. You had to actually give me the option. I thought you would know by now
What do you mean?
if I was going to get sexed in or jumped in.
No.
Is there an option for both? Actually,
We gave the option to everybody else, but you know. So
When
we
would you
figured
want to
we'd
get jumped? After you had sex or before?
during, dude.
Dirty
Isn't that how
dog.
you want it to start? I have dreams like that
That's
sometimes.
a dirty dog right there.
Tell me I'm a piece of shit while we're doing it too.
You wouldn't. It would be obvious if we were just all wearing like ski masks, just like showed up at the funeral home.
In the old van.
We should have all wore suits today to welcome
I
him
just
in.
can't. I came right from the cemetery.
No, we not.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, no.
Yeah,
No, definitely not.
straight up black
Imagine
suit,
if we did.
Might be
black
all
suit,
wrinkled.
white tie. We should come in dressed as each other one day,
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
like a Secret Santa, but you know,
Who's gonna get who? That would be.
dude, I
Pick
want to
out
get.
of a hat.
I'm getting Kurt.
I feel like if it was you or I, it's like almost the same thing,
My eye is like,
except I'm just slightly cooler.
yeah.
What's wrong with
I
your
felt
eye?
like our style is a bit the same. I mean, I don't cuff my jeans like that.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
He just said it. He said
was a
except
skater
slightly
boy.
cooler.
I heard him. I heard him.
And when I say slightly, I mean a lot.
Fucking A. Vince
Yo,
in, I'm out. See you guys
so
later.
I bought a prop for Vin's first episode. So you see the White House, they released Trump's physical today.
Okay.
What'd it say?
6'3", 224.
Peel
Trump,
chocolate.
6'3", 224. You feel like that's accurate?
No. I think that
He's knocking himself out.
I think. Well, he might be
6'3".
6'3", 224, Donald Trump.
I think he's a little heavier than
I think
that.
he's definitely 6'3".
He's definitely 6'3".
So just for reference, the NFL wide receiver DK Metcalf, he's 6'3", 230. So 6 pounds more.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
So you're saying he could play in the NFL?
I love it.
That guy's in good shape.
Same guy.
Same guy, same stats.
Well, I mean,
Trump's a big guy. What do you want him to do? You ever see Barron?
Barron,
That little
one of
freak
my-
is a giant.
one of my favorite memes is when he's following them in.
Yeah, that's my
To the
favorite.
thing. It's
the giant one.
He's a giant. Have you ever seen it?
Yes.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
What, Barron?
Barron, when he got, where were they walking into? It wasn't the White House, right?
It was like right after the
like the Hall of
inauguration. I
Congress
thought.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, when they had to do the thing inside?
Yeah, so, but
yeah,
like
yeah.
they have like Trump and
When he whispered
Melania.
in Biden's ear, like,
that's-
I'm going to kill you?
But they're walking into that, and so it's Trump and Melania, and they walk in, and then Barron comes. How they do it on the computer, I don't know, but he's a legit giant. Mm-hmm. And then he has to like duck to get through the doors. He would be the equivalent of like, what, 15 feet tall?
He's like a special person.
He's, dude, you know, him and I had
Yeah.
talked about this. Do you realize how close we would have in a real life Batman?
Ah, yeah.
We were 1/10 of an inch.
That's a good theory.
Like literally, Barron would have been Bruce Wayne.
That is a pretty
a good theory.
I like that.
It's a good theory.
That sounds like something though, like Trump will like overrule if he does get taken out. Like it's not going to be somebody else in like the Republican Party. It's going to be one of his relatives. He's going to
definitely.
He's probably already signed that thing. Where
Trump's
it's like,
last words would be like, "It wasn't even a good shot."
it was okay.
We're still warming up.
Yeah, Trump, 6'3", 224. I remember that.
Pure white chocolate.
6'3", 224. That was
no,
like
dude,
sixth
just
grade,
baby
seventh grade.
carrot.
6'3".
You think he's taller?
No,
He's
I think
definitely
shorter.
He's 6'3". He's a big dude.
He looks tall.
I think he's a big dude.
He but you got to remember too, like there's no muscle to him, so the weight might be accurate, but I would think more like 240.
What's stopping him from going on Ozempic?
He knows
Why is he's
what's in
not
it.
going?
Bobby Kennedy's over there like,
What an impression.
that's what it sounds like, right?
You think Trump ever like really worked out?
I don't think so.
Probably not. He probably like played tennis and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't work.
Yeah,
out.
tennis, golf.
No lifting weights.
Right.
He
It's
lifts
sometimes it's
his
just not
duffel
for
bags of cash.
Well, that's what they were saying, like during the election, right? He was awake for like 4 days straight.
So the thing is with him is like you ever see all the different presidents and like Obama went in like fresh face, young African American male, like gonna change the world. He came out, he wasn't even black anymore. He was
Yeah.
gray.
Oh, they all have those before and after pictures.
Yeah,
It-
and he's the only guy you ever saw that went in and looked exactly the same.
Exactly the same, yeah.
You know what that is? It's just a life of stress being in business for yourself. Like he might even like his life now might be easier than it was running the businesses.
I was talking to Nick about this, and what's interesting about the Trump thing is like when you think about like politicians and stuff, and you like they're like pros at manipulating the media, like that, like propaganda and all that kind of stuff. Like that's what they. But when you think about Trump, like Trump has been fucking playing games like with the media and manipulating shit since like the 70s. Like,
He's
since he
inconsistent
started.
about it too. If you go back and look at those clips, he's saying the same shit.
Yeah.
Then and now.
But he's always been like a propaganda master, so it makes sense that like he worked his way into being the fucking.
But did you see the Bill Maher clips? Bill Maher.
Oh yeah, yeah.
notorious lefty.
Sign his.
Yeah, but he went to the White
insults.
House, had dinner with him, and Bill's big thing now that the whole left is out like enraged about was that he said, I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but it was like a crazy person does not live in the White House. A man who plays a crazy person lives in the White House.
Ah, interesting.
And he's like, I had a great dinner with him. I cracked jokes. He asked me what I thought about stuff. So I find that to be super interesting because it's like the center and the center left, it seems like are coming around back to.
Yeah, well, I think Bill Maher got tired of the craziness from the left because he is a left by far.
I listen, I consider myself center right. Older I get, the more and more I start leaning right, though. And now
We could hear it.
I got to be these goddamn Jews. I just, like, I never in my life ever remember such division without hearing the argument. It's like there's no listening to the argument. It's right away you pick the side.
Yeah.
Even when Trump started, when he was running for president. He went on all those podcasts. Man, he went on Rogan and Theo Vaughn.
I really think
he turned into he was a normal person in that format.
Well, that's what Bill said too. He said, why can't you be this guy all the time?
Yeah.
And I got to be honest, obviously I agree with Bill Maher on this, but I don't think the media allows him to be that way. The left side of the media, because they portray him as such a monster,
right?
That it just and you're always looking for a bad guy, right? You want somebody to blame. And he's an easy target too.
He also likes it too.
I think he plays into it.
I think he feeds off it.
Yeah, he likes it a lot. He wants to be a part of the news every day. There's not a day that goes by that he doesn't want it. So if you're going to talk bad about him, he doesn't care.
I think it's like he is, without a doubt, a narcissistic fucking maniac. It's not clear whether or not he's a good guy or he's a bad guy, but he's a fucking G. He's a top G. I mean, the fucking guy is a bad motherfucker.
I think you're right, but I also think I personally don't think he gives a fuck what anybody thinks. But I think deep down inside, that's still a person, and people want to be liked.
Yeah, of course.
So,
of course.
He wouldn't invite a Bill Maher or people from the left into the White House to have dinner if he didn't care what they thought, right? I think you can say what you want about him. I think he genuinely cares about the people as a whole.
I think he probably wants to do a good job. It's just, what does that mean, And how do you there's just so many things that people are fucking not in agreement about for the stupidest reasons.
Yes, but there's cause and effect, right? So everything you do affects something. Who does it affect? And it's always, you always, from the left, you always used to hear that we're getting sandwiched, right? The rich are fucking us. They're not paying their fair share of taxes. And then the other argument was all this wasteful spending and the poor people are, they just gobbling up all the extra funds. And then there's just us in the middle, like, another $1,000 on my property taxes?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's who gets fucked. We're getting, what do they call that? Pig roasted? Yeah. One up the other end and right down the
Dutch door action.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
First he screws you, then he screws me. I think the thing too is it's just I think the system is set up in such a way and nobody really questions it, but it's not enough time to do anything.
It's not enough time.
So I agree with you, but I also think it's the greatest system we could come up with.
Yeah, but I
mean, look
think
how awesome it is, John.
I think they want you to believe that though.
But it is.
And it's like, unless you have a 2-term president, nothing is going to change. It's just going to keep flopping back and forth. The guy spends the first 2 years of his
president.
The first 2 years he spends undoing what the last one did. Then he starts working on the things he does, and it's not enough time to do that.
I don't like that. We've talked about that before. When they come in day one and there's a stack of fucking things on the desk, and it's like, you didn't read through any of those. How do you know that's not a good thing?
Just didn't like him.
Yeah,
just didn't like him.
You know who Mark Andreessen is?
No.
Yeah.
No, Dan Andreessen is.
Fucking Andreessen Horowitz, one of the
hedge funds,
biggest VC guys in the world, like one of the original investors in Google and Facebook, and master of the universe kind of guy. He goes on Rogan a lot, and he was talking about how they're pushing theories for democracy as it is now might not be the best system going forward.
Well, you always want to improve it
for us.
See the guy that wears the suits all the time with the skinny black tie?
No, that's the Russian dude,
Lex Friedman.
Yeah,
Got it.
Yeah,
sexy Lex.
Definitely not anything close to him.
No,
this guy's like a billionaire 10 times over.
Yeah, but he's talking about how something more like what China has in terms of how
it's a totalitarian government, dude.
Well, I mean,
China.
They get disappeared all the time.
What's interesting is just that we're going through such incredible change as humans and the way the world works. It's there's no chance that what the next 20, 30 years looks like is anything like what the last 20
I agree.
years
I think part of the problem though is there's no good balance, right? So social media to me is a problem, but social media is also I'm completely addicted to.
Yeah, sure.
So I think we as a society have lost touch with actions and consequences. If you were to say things to me to my face 20 years ago, there's a chance if you get out of line, I'd punch you in the mouth.
All right.
Well, not just me, anybody, right? Now, it's just out there for people to see. People getting, they get fights with friends, divorces, and it's all over the internet. Where the other way, it was you kept it quiet. Maybe you told a couple of your closest friends and family, and it's just it's too much out there to
Well, the internet gave a lot of passive aggressive, weak spirited people a lot of power.
Yeah, keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, with no recourse whatsoever.
Yeah.
No,
In
remember
fact, more people who are going to be like, yeah, kind of like what you're saying. You know?
Remember Ally Quinto, we had him on, and he was talking about the comedian.
Yeah,
And he was talking shit
Michael
about
Rappaport,
Trump.
yeah.
He was talking shit about Trump, and Ally Quinto was like, "How would I kill you?" He didn't say it like that, but like kind of did.
Yeah.
And Michael Rappaport was like, "Sorry."
I had a moment this morning where I realized I might be a serial killer.
Why?
Ooh.
Talk to me.
I got a note in my phone, not of people, of bathroom codes to Starbucks across this island.
That is
That's kind of
definitely
creepy.
that's,
Fucking creepy.
that's sexy Rexy
I like to
territory.
go to the
Wow.
bathroom, and sometimes I have to, like just on a whim,
Can't memorize the 4-digit number. You got to write it down on your phone.
just in case. But I also don't like asking for it,
Times do you need to go to the bathroom in the same Starbucks?
That's fucking wild.
That's crazy.
That's like you might also have like a secret soundproof lair
Starbucks
inside your house.
Starbucks West Babylon 4578.
Do me a favor. Can you text that to me?
Wow. You got any bowler market
When I used to sell beer,
codes?
dude, when I used to sell beer, I was the king of the best bathrooms on Long Island.
Yeah, I know. You said that.
And now it's like
That's different, though. You're
Sometimes I
like-
go back.
You're running around selling shit. Now you're just creepily getting a fucking cake pop and going, going to the bathroom.
But that's the thing. If you really got to go, you don't want to be standing behind some kid who's getting a cake pop online, and I'm pinching a fucking turtle coming out of my asshole.
Cake pops
Yeah.
are good.
There's a whole fantasy like genre about like shitting in public bathrooms.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's not me. I just I have to run home every time.
You could hold it. You don't go in public bathrooms.
Dude, I'm not kidding. I was in Atlantic City at a funeral directors conference once, and I drove with 1 foot on the floor like this 2.5 hours home, and I would not go.
That's crazy.
It's like, yeah.
I'm the opposite. I shit in a hole in France once.
Yeah, I would just, if you got to shit, you got to shit. There's nothing you can do about it.
story.
I know, we heard it. You got
Did I ever tell you a story about the kid Barry that I used to work with? You know Barry.
Yeah.
He fucking one time him and Mike Pelicano, who was on here also, they were delivering in one of like these like little, like the little Red Bull looking trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was delivering in that. Not that he was supposed to. He was a sales rep. The delivery guy fucked it up. So he's like all the way in Valley Stream coming down Hempstead Turnpike, and he's like
In the hood, too.
and he's just got to go so bad. So Mike pulls over. He's driving. Barry's on the passenger seat, and he runs into like a gas station or something. And the guy's like, he could see him saying like, no, you can't. No bathroom, it's broken or whatever.
Yeah.
He sees this guy dart across Hempstead Turnpike into an insurance firm agency. And he runs inside. He's in there for like 20 minutes. He comes out, and Mike's like, what happened? He's like, he's like, the guy he didn't want me to use it either. I said, I'm going to shit on your floor if you don't let me use it.
You got to just let people shit.
I have
to.
exercised demons.
And I don't even hesitate. Like if it's happening, if it's like one in the chamber, it doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
Are you a
I'm not
quiet
talking to
shitter or
anybody.
you make noise?
No, I'm pretty quiet.
That's why.
Yeah.
What do you mean, make no? Like the grunts?
No.
Big
like,
bowl farts?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, you can't control
Like
that.
throwing firecrackers in a bowl.
That's
why
a
is
different-
there's a
that's-
trumpet player in the bathroom? with
That's
that
a
guy?
different kind of shit. That's a.
It's always funny when
uncontrollable.
you're in a public bathroom and there's a guy also in there, and it's just he's
Oh,
tooting.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
playing taps.
I make noises with them, so they'll do that. But I'll literally go, oh,
The gym is a crazy place, like especially if it's like a Saturday morning.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
only like 3 stalls. I've waited out the side of that stall for like 15 minutes.
Oh my!
And people,
gosh.
I don't know what they're doing in there. Just
So-
get in and get out.
I'm at World Gym in Wanto. This is now the 3rd time this has happened, and I finally on the 3rd time since then, there's a kid that works there. He's like a legit kid, like maybe he's 16. I don't know if it's just shit luck, pun intended. He comes over by me and literally shits his pants, and it fucking stinks.
Shits his pants.
So first time I was like, oh, that's gross. Second time I'm like, what? The third time I was like, hey man, I'm like, did you just come like over by me, shit your pants, and walk away? And he was like, huh? What? What? It was like, he said something. I was like, you're lucky I don't kill you. It's in my mouth.
Yeah, that's embarrassing. that's not respectful.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to shit on me
Just stop working
or
out.
near me.
Yeah, I need a reason to not
Walking
work
around
out.
the gym with an erection.
Going home.
Smell of shit makes me horny.
PR'd that day.
3:15, no problem.
Did you just say the smell of shit makes me horny?
I mean,
That's a word that doesn't really get said too much anymore.
Horny?
horny.
It doesn't.
Right?
Horny
Yeah.
Gaylord.
People
What was
don't really
the
say
other one I said?
horny that much.
Lung dots.
What's the alternative?
Rip dots.
You could rip a dot.
The alternative to
What's a
horny?
synonym?
Turned on.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hot.
Oh, me so warm.
That's way worse.
Moist.
Way worse.
No, don't say moist.
I'm
Just
so
say
moist right now. Who's getting this microphone next?
That's yours forever now.
Moist.
Nice job.
Not to bring up Will Smith again, but do you see he's on a comeback roll?
For what?
He's rapping again.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
I did. It was the
Bounce back or whatever?
Yeah.
Weird,
Didn't
right?
like it. That looks like a man like who's like in the midst of his midlife crisis.
Really trying.
You can't go backwards like that.
No.
Can't.
What's the mentality of that guy? If you think about like all the shit his family's put him through, and he's the guy, right?
He's trying to still be a man.
I think it was your guys' show before I came on. It was he's the black Tom Cruise.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
said
last
that?
week, yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, that makes sense. But like, dude, the shit his wife pulled, any of us that if that happened to any of us.
His wife was
I
crazy.
think it's a decision you got to either make quickly or you're stuck. And I think he got stuck.
What decision?
To leave.
To not leave or leave.
The woman.
To not leave or leave. Yeah.
Yeah, but what might not be like out in the public is like the 30 fucking NDAs that he's got signed from all the chicks that he got pregnant and fucking,
Maybe, but-
and like she agreed to
Maybe.
not say that.
I don't know this,
so that she could
obviously.
say that. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know this to be a fact, but I know somebody who's now deceased who used to drive him around, and they said he also said the same thing about Puffy years before
Gay?
all that stuff. They were all gay.
yeah.
They were
Would he
all.
die of pneumonia? The driver?
He might have.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's what happens to those guys.
He might. No,
He died of
he had a
pneumonia.
heart problem. He got Clinton. No, he had a heart problem. But yeah, he was like, "No, I'm telling you." And I was like, "Get the
They
fuck
can't
out.
all be gay. They can't all be gay. Everybody can't be gay.
Are you gay?
No.
How do you know? Have you tried it?
No.
Everybody's a little gay.
Yeah, I can prove you wrong right now.
believe
Ready?
that.
You watch porn?
Not as much as I used to.
You have, right?
But yeah.
You watch only girl on girl?
No. And
then
I've
you're a
had
little
this
gay.
I've had this discussion before. I can't stand the dicks in porn.
I know, me
Well, this
too.
is so-
First, they make you feel inferior
They're
because
so
everybody's got a
unreasonably
large
juicy. I mean,
ass. See, I don't go over that boundary.
Can't stand watching them on TV. I just want them in my house.
You want them in person?
John's shooting
The guy-
them fucking DMs in the middle of the
I
night.
don't know anything about like male porn stars, but there's people in my world that like know who they are and like talk about them right
Well, who's the one
it's
big guy, the bald guy?
Johnny
The only one I
Sins.
remember is Peter North back in the day.
Remember him?
Great name.
Yeah.
man. Great name.
Oh, and the other guy, the guy with the hair.
Ron Jeremy.
Ron Jeremy.
Peter
Those are
the
the
Hedgehog?
only two. Those are the only two guys that I know.
So apparently there's this guy's name's like the Girth Masterr or something like that. The Girth Meister.
Meister.
My Girth Meister is so much better than the Girth Master.
I don't know.
so much better.
The Girth Meister.
It was like a fucking beer can.
I think those are really the only ones I can remember. That and
I honestly,
Rocco Strafidi, I think's the other one.
yeah, he's a guy.
oh, he was the guy that used to like beat the piss out of the girls.
Yeah, like,
I remember him. Only because he has a documentary.
hang your head off the side of the bed.
Oh God,
They should take porn away.
filthy.
They should take it away.
How are they making money?
I don't think they are.
They're just doing
I
it.
think it's I think it's similar though. It's just they're just pushing them to their freaking OnlyFans and stuff like
Right.
that. It's just another marketing.
No,
thing
but I
now.
think like Pornhub is like one of like the top 10 fucking internet sites like in the
I
world.
would bet you all the money in the world. It's Google and Pornhub.
Yeah, what's up
So,
there?
they're just straight up making money off of the advertising, saying this is our traffic.
I think
who's
it's
paying for Pornhub?
I don't know.
Nobody, but I think it's
All
the
the
traffic.
I mean,
vendors,
if
all the
I'm being
vendors
honest,
and the
I've considered
advertisers.
it, but I've never done it. I just like,
They do have that new save search feature. I was interested
yeah.
in.
I don't know what that is.
I love when you watch and it's like, nah, never mind. I just think my mom might be watching this.
Maybe. What's your category? What's your
Reverse cowgirl compilations all day. All day, every day.
Jesse only listens to Spanish ones.
I only listen to them too. I don't
Yeah,
watch
only
them. I
listen-
just
you don't
listen
watch
to them.
them.
I put the earbuds in and
I want to hear the story.
I imagine.
Jesse has a type, that's for shit sure. We were walking out of the restaurant the other day. I was in front of you. I saw what you were going to look at before you, and I turned and looked, and you were like, and I was, come on, let's go.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Gawker.
Yeah. But you're right though. Porn should they got it. It's just so unrealistic.
Oh God.
You ever try to copy those positions? with
It's
your
screwing
wife?
people up. It's making people think that that's like what sex is supposed to be.
That and
Yeah,
then
big time.
between porn and the fucking social media, dude. Nobody knows how to talk to each other anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just like cavemen, like.
Exactly.
Eventually, like in the future, guys are just gonna be like randomly jerking off, like fucking anywhere, like just like.
I think they do that in Philadelphia.
Pretty much. I think the
On that
future is
drug
here.
street.
What do you got yourself a whoop strap over there?
That's a mental health thing. Yeah, bro. I had bad recovery this morning, so
I really wish
bouncing back
Whoop
now.
would come back with a better, like a ring or something better.
What's a bad?
Is the ring
record?
one? There's one that has a ring.
The Aura, yeah, but Whoop is just a better fucking system altogether. I wore it for fucking a couple of years. I just don't like to wear the double fucking
Yeah,
cups.
I
You know?
agree. Yeah.
I wanted to ask the kid last week if you should really have your heart monitor on your wrist at all times. I don't think that's good for people either. I really don't think it's good for people. People at my job are like, oh man, the resting heart rate of this. You don't need to know that.
Should we tell everybody how I caught you training and then I kicked you out?
Oh yeah, he kicked me out of my training. He made me stop training. Would you believe it?
So you holding on to that
powerful.
just in case it doesn't work, go your way?
In case I lose.
Yeah.
It's the one day
Remember that
he
one
kicked me out
time?
of class.
So I found out about this alleged boxing match from my mother, who listens to the show
I gotta meet your mom.
religiously.
I gotta meet
She's
your
like,
mom.
so is Kurt and Jesse really gonna fight? I'm like, no, they're like best friends. She's like, no. She's like, on the show, Kurt said he was gonna punch him in the face, and Jesse was pretty much like, I'd like to see you try. And now they're having a boxing match apparently in fucking like October or
It's a
something.
charity boxing
Yeah,
match,
it's
you
a
know?
charity boxing match
Are you gonna do
for my family after I die.
This might supersede it. We got to announce this one, you and I.
Oh, dude, I'm not kidding. They probably put 5,000 people in the seats. Like, if you were considering it,
yeah,
and
we
you want to
wanna-
do it for work, like,
Yeah, maybe next year.
great.
Oh, that one you were invited to, right?
I'm busy.
I'll definitely.
We should do. You know, what
I'm
we should
busy.
do. We should do the one where like they go to like Thailand and they'll get like one big American dude fights like two Thai women. We should do that.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not busy anymore. Let's do that.
You ever see that? And the guy just
No.
beats
Yes.
the
Yeah, yeah.
fucking shit out of these two women.
I wouldn't do that though. I'd let them kick the shit out of me.
They might be
fun.
lazy.
He left
boys.
the ring with
Just
a
like
total
open wide, and
erection.
like, do it.
Do it. Kick me in the nards.
While your eyes closed, don't worry. Just do whatever
Just
you want.
do it.
Do whatever
Like
you
that
want.
Shia LaBeouf thing.
Does the dude,
Yeah.
does the dude always beat the crap out of the girls, or the girls ever win?
Well, I mean, they get a couple shots in, but you know,
Yeah.
I saw like a crazy like Russian MMA fucking video where there was like 3 like hot like Instagram model looking chicks and like MMA fighters and like they were fighting each other. And like the fucking guy kicked the shit out of the girl and I'm like,
Beat the shit-
what
like,
is
dude.
happening?
Wait, a guy was fighting a girl?
Yeah,
I don't like that.
no,
That doesn't seem right.
definitely not right.
oh look, if the money's right, I'll do it.
Not to go off topic, that Patty Irish guy, did he fight this weekend? Or he's
Yeah,
going?
Yeah,
he's
he
English.
beat Michael
Oh,
Chandler.
he won?
Yeah, I think Michael Chandler's washed it. I
And
think
then
it's-
Cody Covington called him out afterwards.
Called
See
Chandler out or Pemlet?
Pellant. He was like, "You only fight losers."
Bro, Patty Pimlet had one of the best lines ever when they were talking about he was fighting Tony Ferguson, and some reporters like, so how do you feel the fact that Tony Ferguson has hired David Goggins to help train him and corner him? And he's like, I don't give a fuck. He's like, after I knock him the fuck out, I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna say, who's gonna carry the boats now, son? And I was like, wow.
He did the Irish accent
Smart.
pretty good.
Wow, he's English, so it's terrible in reality because it's not the right.
Why do they
accent.
always sound good when their MMA fighters have that
I know.
accent?
Because it's just like you think of like a drunken Irish fighter.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Sounds so good.
Put your dukes up.
Didn't Portnoy have something to do with him?
Yeah.
Portnoy had something to
And
do with
the
him,
girl.
and then the other guy that got choked out too, because he said something about like Hitler being a good guy or something like that.
yeah.
Some
would that even get brought up?
anti-Israel.
What was he doing though? Like he was
What kind of
representing
moron You got
them.
to be someone to go. So, what do you think about the situation in Gaza? And you just go, well, the problem is the Jews. Why not just be like, what? I'm an MMA fighter. Why the fuck would you ask me that?
Exactly.
Could you buy one of my T-shirts?
Yeah.
I was trying to get him, get the soundbite.
Well, they got it. And then
got 'em.
Portnoy was wearing a yarmulke, which is laughable.
Portnoy's Jewish.
I know.
Had to
But
be.
it's laughable because it's like you've never worn a yarmulke in public.
And he
before.
rates pizzas? Oh,
Yeah, I know,
That
it's
just takes that
embarrassing.
all away.
As you just found out.
I just found out.
Pretty impressive what that guy's done though.
Absolutely.
Of course.
One bite, everybody knows the rule.
But all like I feel like him, what's his name? Gary V, Jesse Itzler, they all kind of occupy a similar place for me
They
because I
absolutely
feel
do.
like they're awesome guys. Like I like their whole shit, but they're so obnoxious.
So
Gary-
obnoxious.
Gary V's
and
annoying.
you get so much of them.
you got to wake up at 5 a.m. so you can get 5 companies. And it's like, well, why don't I wake up at 3 a.m. and I get 10 companies? Why are we going to stop at that? Why not wake up at midnight and get 100 companies?
Why not just plug into the wall and never sleep at
Gary Vee's
all?
annoying as shit.
But he's sick though. He's sick. Like
Sure.
he's fucking.
He looks
like
terrible, dude.
You also talk. You talk every single day into a camera. You talk every single day. You're gonna sound great 3 out of the 5 days too.
no, and like people are they're gonna be people that like me, and then
Sure.
they're gonna be people like, oh my god,
Sure.
those guys shut the fuck up.
You're gonna say something that's really, really right, and you're gonna say something that's
No, but
completely wrong.
I disagree with that. He's a G. He's a fucking G in terms
I
of
get
like
that he started.
his,
He did
his
it.
story.
You
He
said
did
G
it
like
did.
9 times today.
because
He's a G. He's a G.
He's a top G.
There's only one top G.
Top G.
And
is
it's what's his
fucking-
name? Dude, that guy says some wild shit.
He does say some wild shit.
Wild shit. But listen, all those guys are so over the top obnoxious. And they get to say whatever they want to say, and they did it to their credit, right? But they get to say it after they did it with multiple millions of dollars in the bank.
Sure.
And we're sitting over here like fucking 4 fat guys trying to make a podcast work. And it's like, we're just not waking up early enough. That's the problem.
It's true. I got it. Well,
Yeah.
I'm waking up early enough. I'm just not buying companies.
But the thing you're talking about with those three, and you're saying the same thing, is it's the same as the Tom Cruise, Will Smith thing.
Yeah.
Like they had to become unlikable at some point.
Yeah.
You know?
I guess so.
Like like you said, when they're sticking the camera in the face all the time, it's like they're gonna say shit that's gonna annoy most people.
Yeah.
You ever hear that Tom Cruise thing where he's screaming at everybody during COVID?
Yeah.
That's fucking great. I actually don't dislike Tom. Speaking of mother, my mom spoke to him on the phone when 9/11 happened.
What?
He visited 9/11. My uncle was a heavy machine operator cleaning up the rubbish.
Rubbish.
And he like thanked my uncle, shook his hand, and my uncle was like, "Want to talk to Tom Cruise?" Shoved the phone in his face, and he picked up.
What'd she say?
Spoke to my. I have no idea.
I think your mom's a G too.
My
Oh
mom.
my God, I can't with this G.
She is.
This guy's trying to be Andrew Tate,
She is.
top G.
I'll turn it to fucking Andrew Tate right now.
Do you think like where did their money come from?
Who knows, man? They fucking who knows? Who
know
knows? Who
13-year-old
knows?
kids
But who even
fucking
knows if
with
they
their
really
mom's
have a
credit
lot of money?
cards.
Like fucking
They
like
sell
I-
courses.
Who knows?
That's what I say all the time. All the time is like, do they
And
really
put a
have
limit
that?
on them so you make
I
sure
would
that they get
easily
sold out.
like if it came
Not
out
editing
that like
this.
Andrew Tate like is fucking totally
You're
broke
aware of that, right?
and doesn't
recording
fucking
us the whole time.
I wanted to use a different lens so I could get all the.
I'm waiting for one to fall down.
top G.
Stop being. Really?
I think John's wife is a top G.
Are you a top G? Would you consider?
with the G.
Would you consider yourself a top G? Do you know what that means?
You want to
Yeah, she just came in here. She said, "Shut the fuck up! I'm taking my
That
pictures."
was exactly it. That was very Andrew Tate of you.
aggressive. That's how we got to get what you
The
want.
camera is
Rolling
recording
off my-
Kurt that you're standing in front of.
My
And
favorite.
you know it's going to be in one of the 3 slots.
My
There's just going to be a
Kurt, my
I
favorite.
get no love.
No way.
No, we need the photos.
My favorite part.
But we got them an hour ago.
My favorite part of the whole time, Kurt. I'm
No,
gonna
and
take a
from my
different angle of
perspective,
you.
you always take great pictures of me. So you're my official photographer. That's it.
Yeah, no, you are
Thank
the
you.
official photographer of this show, my show, Mike's show.
Let's go.
I have
Oh,
to
yeah.
stay here for yours.
We still got. No, his is over. What do you mean?
Mine's
you're gonna
Thursday.
take it with the thing behind it.
Oh, that's
Or should I go home?
we should do it at
No,
the
no, we
funeral.
do
We
it.
should take him at the funeral home. I'll get a casket, set it up nice.
Caskets with mics on them.
Yeah,
Take a picture of you in a casket.
That would be fucking cool.
it's weird.
Why is that weird?
I don't know. I don't like it.
Just like
I would do it.
That's look. We just.
I want to see what I look like.
You guys want to see a dead body?
I'd totally follow you. I would totally.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the medium.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
me
right.
too.
That's right.
I will find that person if you want me to.
I'll take
Very
suggestions.
spiritually inclined. Jonathan just.
This is what you're talking about, huh? Mm-hmm. Okay. I was on your side. I was on your side.
Such a jerk.
I went to a funeral this weekend.
Where'd you go?
Kings Park. Somewhere
Clayton.
C. Yes.
So I was at Our Lady Grace in West Babylon today, directing a funeral. Kurt, you're gonna love this fucking story. And the priest comes up to me, Father Martin. He's from Africa, great dude, right? Comes up to me, he starts complaining about one of the other priests who needs to be put out to pasture.
Wow.
He's just 100 years old. He's got all sorts of medical problems, and apparently
You just can't stop touching boys.
he lit the fucking. You know how they do the incense at the end of the
yeah,
mass?
yeah.
He fucking apparently had a fire.
He lit his
during
robe
a
on
funeral
fire?
mass, and the fuck fire department came.
Really?
It was like a whole.
They have to
and
like
then-
shut the mass down?
Yeah, and apparently everybody had to leave and get out. The fire alarms were going off, and
If that's
I
not
was like, oh my God, that's crazy. And they're like, yeah. And we finally got a fine. So in my head, I go, what do you mean fine? I'm like, it's not the first time it's happened.
Well, if the fire department shows up, you get a fine, right?
If it's a false alarm. But this is not the first time he's had a fire at a funeral, apparently. So I'm like, because they were like, yeah, the last time they let it go. And I was like, this has happened more than once?
Is that a good sign?
I was gonna
if
say
something
that's
goes on fire?
No, that seems like the
That's
opposite.
hell. That's hell, right?
You're going downtown.
I just want to make one thing perfectly clear. That's never happened at my funeral home.
The
don't think that's a good
the
selling
priest
point.
at funeral homes are an interesting dynamic.
The what?
Like the priest at funerals. Like it can go like my mother like
Yeah, this is the first time we ever had interviewed. When I first came on the show, the very first time we spoke about this, and
we
it
talked
is
about this.
Yeah, you weren't
This
happy.
guy who's fucking brand new to this show. Reminded him about the things that we've spoken about. This is amazing.
Your daughter's name. You had a fight with the priest because your daughter's name.
Oh,
Yeah,
Delilah. Yeah.
She's like the most famous.
Yep.
In the
Whore.
Bible.
You're not going to say whore after everything you just talked about?
Well, listen, it's your daughter. I mean, there's
no,
lines.
my daughter's not a whore, just the name.
No, my guy was trying to like save everybody's soul. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up.
I had a priest. I had a family carry a priest out of my chapel at the funeral home by his neck. His little feet. It looked like he was moonwalking.
Yeah.
Most people most people that I know of, when we have to go to a funeral, we try and get out of there before the priest
100%.
gets
I literally go.
Never works.
100%, dude. I literally go. Hey guys, can you find your way to a seat or run for your life? The priest is here. He's gonna do service.
Yeah, I always get caught on that.
I got to this one on Sunday. Like I thought it was at the end of it, and then there was going to be like an hour left after it
Just
happened.
showed up.
But I got in the middle of it, and I walked in while it was happening, which they let me walk in, which I thought was a
I
little
usually
weird.
shut the doors. It's super awkward when like you walk in, it's quiet, and it's like, "Hello, Jerry."
Yeah. Well, the door was shut, and the guy's like, "There's a prayer going on. You could go inside." Exactly. And he opens the door, and there's hundreds of people staring at me, and I'm like,
Who passed away?
my friend Ralph, his father-in-law,
Oh, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
What
Oh yeah, you gotta clean that up.
his father.
We thought Ralph died.
Ralph's father-in-law. Is that better? Is that faster?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
a cop.
I thought I was like, how could you not tell me that Ralph died? What the fuck?
Didn't invite you to the funeral.
I literally almost went R.I.P. Ralph.
No, you guys listen at 2x speed. He was a cop, so it was a big to-do.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to one
Yeah.
with a huge ceremony like that. No.
Cop funeral.
What's
I've
interesting
done
is the military ones. I've been to a few of those recently, like where they do fold the flag and they do.
So
the
we
thing.
were in the cemetery. Literally, not what's today? Monday.
Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday. So I was in the cemetery, Calverton, yesterday, and they rarely do 21 gun salutes anymore. I haven't seen one in probably 10 years. We're in Calverton. It's this old lady with the walker, and she's coming up. And in Calverton, they have it's called a rotunda. So it's basically like a pavilion, and there's a bunch of them. So it's in a big circle. So they all wrap around. The pavilion next to us somehow got a 21 gun salute.
That was probably him.
Bro, this woman, walking with the walker, and then it's 21 guns, it's 7 guns all at the same time.
Right.
This lady, her shoulders touched her ears. She jumped so hard and got down and was doing like one of these. Dude,
Vince is like, I got another one.
I
I got
had to-
another one. Bag her up.
Kurt, I had to walk away. I was laughing so hard.
He's like
I had to
making
hide-
a 28 gun salute.
I had to hide
She's
behind the
almost
fucking
there.
headstone. I'm not kidding. I had to hide behind a wall of ashes because I couldn't stop laughing.
It was probably him. They were burying him yesterday there, and he was a
At
cop.
Calvin?
And he was a cop. He was in the Navy also.
I want a 21 gun salute at my funeral.
You don't get one.
Why not?
'Cause
Well, I got to
you weren't a
officially
part
start
of
the
that
cult.
stuff.
You know,
Yeah.
start
There you
now.
Ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta.
Hunter S got blown out of a cannon.
That's right.
I'll take that too.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Shot out of a cannon.
You should have a party. I'm tired of people putting down funeral parties.
No, I think it should be a rager.
Fun and funeral, baby.
That's it. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why. Like,
Such an awkward thing, though.
You have
I feel like
some,
when my dad kicks the can.
yeah,
it's
but
gonna
you
be a
have like
party.
some people who are like, I don't want people having a party when I die. Yeah, why not?
Who
'Cause you're
cares?
selfish. Exactly.
Give a
I
shit.
do.
You want to? I always say you want to make it a celebration of life without making it like a trashy party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we're old enough. It should.
Were
be
you the
that
one who
trashy.
sent the videos of like those people like humping the fucking casket and shit?
Yeah.
That was
You
crazy.
see the one that fell through the whole pallbearers fell through the
Yeah.
into the grave.
I don't know. I don't know if that was the same
God.
one. I saw the one where,
No.
where the girl was like fucking
Yeah.
like that was crazy. I'm like,
Yeah.
who the fuck are these people?
Is it real?
Yeah, dude. So it's like
Wait, it's videos from you?
No, not for me. We don't do that type of work.
That'd be awesome.
We had got a good old fashioned Italian clientele.
It looked like it was in like a Spanish country or something.
Oh, okay.
No, it was a couple shades darker than Spanish.
Okay.
What
I
was she
think
doing?
it was
Having sex with
probably
Yeah, she was like humping it, like
Blind on it.
pull the dress up and like, and then I think it was like grabbing his dick. Like it was crazy. It was fucking crazy.
I'll find it and send it to you.
And then, but they were all like fucking participating. They were all like, "Yeah, get it, girl." I'm like, "What the fuck is happening?"
It can't be real.
These are the same people.
It looked real. It looked very real.
These are the same people who say we can't wear braids in our hair because we stole their culture.
It's gonna have to delete that one too.
Yeah.
Don't say shit I gotta delete all the time.
It's like Kevin's back.
He's all jacked up, that kid. Did you see that thing I sent you?
No, because that's a fake account.
It's still him.
That black
That was
line.
old. That was old though. That was old.
But I went on his
That video.
account now, and there's a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. He's
So like, I feel bad. Like I never like to see that, but
What's happening? I'm missing what you guys are talking about.
He's getting a divorce. We talked about it.
Oh, why? It's online
he
now?
went on somebody's podcast and I think talked about it in depth.
like choked up, crying.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, you want to make fun of him, and then you're like, whatever. You give him a
Nah, I
pass.
don't make fun about anybody
fuck
going through that.
I mean,
but
I
it
give
is
him
interesting.
props for fucking being real about it. It's
I
insane.
just don't. I just don't think that's something you like. I personally would never put that out there into the internet.
Yeah, I don't think many people would.
But that's what he does.
Yeah.
You know, that's his
Yeah, but
thing.
is that the cause of all the problems though?
No, but she was a huge part of building his career.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like he even said too, like everything we ever wrote were skits. They're
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
It's not
Yep.
my real marriage.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. Like I said, I wanted to hate him, but then like I started watching like the humanizing of him, and I was like, like I feel bad. Like, you don't want to see that happen to somebody,
Yeah, it's got to be a long struggle, and then you got to rebrand yourself.
and then you got to give up half your shit.
Can't do those videos. That's a big change.
Just do it with like a mannequin.
He's doing doing bits now, like by himself, which is tough.
I think he's gonna be fine.
Oh, he'll definitely be fine, but that's tough.
I like
that's a
the.
tough
I mean, it's a
switch.
tough thing to go through, period, and it's
Right.
a tough thing to have to go through publicly.
Yes, 100%.
Thank God I'm
Would you
not
like to
famous.
elaborate, Jess?
I'm not famous.
I'm skirting the line of asking questions over here.
Yeah, you know, I actually got to make a phone call right now.
Now
in
you see me,
regards to
now
that.
you don't.
So,
You think deaf people hear their own thoughts?
Yes.
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 Yeah.
So they think regularly like us.
well,
You think he's like this guy's a fucking idiot in his head?
Oh, I don't know.
well, I guess it all depends on like if they were born deaf. If they were born deaf, then they probably don't.
Yeah. No, there's still that little guy in your head when.
Well, but see, this is an interesting topic, and I'll leave you guys with this. There's a study out there, and I urge you to look at it, that some people do not have internal monologues.
I don't believe that.
Like
Shut up.
some people don't have like people like there are people that have more like visual picture type thoughts
So
rather than
Wait, so are they saying it what they're thinking, or they just don't have the
they
click
don't
to-
have the voice that like fucking like that an internal monologue. It's
I don't
not.
believe
It's not.
that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've had multiple therapists talk to me about it.
So what is it? It's just like white noise in their head?
I think it's more like images.
it's just trying to.
Wait a second. Time out. So like when they're driving in a car, they're not thinking about things that are going on?
Not in the same way that like not like with the voice. Look it up. Don't take my word for it.
Interesting.
But I've saw that they're.
How do you solve problems?
I bet you they're so much happier.
We have to write it down.
They're not waking up at 3 a.m. like, oh fuck, I got to pay the mortgage. Right. Just sleeping.
Sounds nice.
So I'll fucking.
I gotta jump.
Yeah.
All right. So like, wait a second. Like, what about if they got to do a math problem in their head?
Right.
You know,
Got
where it's like
it.
7
Got
plus
him.
7.
they just see the numbers.
You know, and it's like they can't say 14. They got to actually.
That's
So
crazy.
there's an even more fucked up one that I just saw recently. Is like, what do you think a blind person sees?
Like darkness. I don't think they see shadows.
They see nothing.
That doesn't make sense.
It sees like how you see out of your toe.
No.
Wrap your fucking head around
No.
that.
No. I'm not going to wrap
I
my head
literally
around
was
that.
like, I'm sorry.
How is
what?
it not black? It's got to be black.
But how
not
do they
black.
know what the color is?
Because it doesn't. There's nothing to the optic nerve, whatever it is. It doesn't work.
So then that's death.
It's like you trying to see out of your hand. It doesn't work. There's nothing to see. I know. I have the same problem.
it's got to be black.
It's fucking me up.
It's got to
fucking
just
me
be
up,
black.
dude. It's not.
It can't be anything else but black.
So when I was learning about this, I literally was sitting there going,
That doesn't
There's no
count.
way.
For some
I just
reason.
did it 5 times.
How does
and
that
then
not
I'll take
count?
my foot because the guy used the example of like it's like trying to see out of your toe. So I'm literally sitting there going like this, and then I'm going. And I'm like this. I'm like, who's really a stupid one?
Dude, I closed my eyes 5 times when you guys were talking about that.
That
It's wild, right? I
Yeah.
can't wrap my head around it.
I can't. It has to be dark. Just has to be.
But then they also can't see, like, when you close your eyes and, like, now there's this light. And that's a
Yeah, you
different
can
color,
see like the yes.
You know?
I understand that.
What do you think you'd rather do? Would you rather be blind or would you rather be deaf?
We've done this. I think I'd rather be deaf.
Yeah.
But
I think so too.
music. I mean, what's the point of seeing stuff if you can't
You can see art.
You could see everything. You want to
could
see what
see-
your kids look like, your wife looks like. You don't want to marry an ugly chick.
Yeah, yeah.
Boobies.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you don't necessarily.
You don't want to be at the strip club like this.
Sound big. Sound like a couple biggins.
Slap them together again real
Although,
quick.
time out. There is a cheat code. You can go to the strip club and be like, I want to see what you look like.
People definitely do that.
100%. They wear the dark
With the
black
glasses,
glasses.
Oh, yeah. You just show up, they take your glasses off, and you're like, I can see. It's a miracle.
Getting manhandled by somebody.
Yeah.
Ah,
That's wild.
The whole video.
I
photo
know,
thing
it's
really
throwing you
fucking
off.
Threw it off.
so if they can't have the inner thought, do you think they get sarcasm, deaf people? Do you think they understand sarcasm?
Oh.
No, right? Because
Well,
if you're deaf, you don't hear a thing,
But
or
they
do you hear
probably-
no,
sounds?
so there's certain stuff. So, like,
Just
my
like
wife's
what?
uncle is,
Womp.
they get the vibration is what they get.
My son tried to tell me that he was taught that there are blind people who can drive a car.
Yeah, you don't remember that movie in high school
No.
with Al Pacino?
Hoo-ah.
Yeah.
What? A secret scent of
Rain
a
Man.
woman?
Sense of a Woman,
Oh,
bro.
Santa Woman.
You can't drive a car if you're
He drove a
blind.
car. He was blind in that movie.
How?
I saw it on the internet. It must be true.
You can't drive a car if you're blind. I had an argument with my 11-year-old. He's like, I saw it in school.
I feel like if you could
Tesla.
ever could, you probably could now. I don't think in the days
self-driving
of
Tesla.
No. Well, he said, he asked me, he goes, how do blind people know when to stop at a stop sign? And I said, blind people don't drive. And he said, yes, they do.
They definitely don't drive.
They don't drive, right? It's not a
you could be. I would be so worried if I just found out that I was on the road with
with
blind people.
I'm telling you,
I'd
that's
probably never drive again.
exactly what I was
I
going
have to drive
through.
to Florida in 2 days.
I was
There's
like-
going to be blind people potentially on the way.
I was trying to get like all the. I'm like, what movie was this?
What's that-
And what period did you
What's
watch
the
this?
charge, dude? The cops like, I got locked up for BWI.
Yeah, found out I was blind.
Yeah.
That's how you could, maybe get out. Same
DWB.
thing. Same move you pull in the strip club when the cop pulls you over. He's like,
Let me get your badge
can't,
number.
can't see.
Is that in Braille?
Oh, we got another blind driver.
Imagine being in like the holding tank, right? Where he's like, what'd you get locked up for? It's like, I was driving my car. I'm blind. And you just got some guy who murdered somebody. He's
Like, what a chance that is.
What's the matter with you?
You can't go anywhere.
imagine being like banged up, like you get real drunk and get behind the wheel of the car blind.
God.
This is going to be bad. I'll watch a blind person for an hour, though.
Just watch him do stuff?
So I
Yeah,
think
like in
it's-
town, like there's always a blind person in town, right?
Yeah.
Most times.
You got eye concentration
And it's
of
like,
blind people?
I like park and I'll just watch them. Like, how are they going to get through this crosswalk?
It's hard.
It's like, then I'll be like halfway through. I'm like, am I trying to wait to see this guy get hit by a car?
So I
Is that what I'm doing right now?
I got a lady who walks up and down my block every day with the cane, with the ball on the end. And it's weird to me because her husband's always like 20, 30 yards ahead of her. And she's just figuring it out. But then the other day, I drove by and I don't know if it's just like luck. We made eye contact.
Wow.
And I was like, well, why would you have that cane
Yeah.
if you really weren't blind? It's like a bad omen.
Well, there's like,
You think she acknowledged you, that she saw you?
So there was I didn't do like the dumb, like you ever see the video of like the little girl with no arms trying to break the
no,
board?
what videos do you
Karate
watch?
board.
don't
There
even
is
start.
not one abled person in any of your videos.
So there's a little girl. She's doing karate. She goes to break the board. She has no arms. And then this
yeah.
stupid karate instructor's like, oh.
Oh, I know. Tried to give her a high five.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what blows
Wait,
my
but
mind?
you
Like,
thought she saw you? I'm still confused.
Yeah, me
we
too.
made eye contact. I don't know if she maybe she's
maybe
legally
she just
blind and
looked
she's
her head up.
practicing.
Right.
She probably felt that you were there, and she
I don't-
acknowledged
I don't
your
know.
presence.
But I now I'm like
She give
I
you
got
a
my
head nod?
antennas up. She's what up, dude?
Don't tell him in front of
Yeah.
me. Don't-
Let him keep going.
Yeah, that's a Law and Order SVU.
The ball
episode.
at the end of those sticks really helped them out. Like they don't get jammed up on anything
Yeah,
anymore.
no, they slide well. The
Whole new market for the tennis ball. Also.
but you know what though? Like think
Yes.
about the skill, like you have to learn
I gotta pee.
to function in life.
Easier if
Kudos
you're
to
born
them.
that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Easier if you're born that
Well,
way.
you know what always blows my mind too is how they teach blind people to talk. How? Because like think about it, you learn to talk when you're a baby.
Yes.
And your mom and dad are in front of you going, "Dad, dad," like and
Right,
you hear
right.
it
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
repeat it. Blind people, deaf people don't hear the thing, and they have that drawl. you know, The nasally drawl, but like my wife's uncle is completely deaf. You can have a complete conversation with him. How do they teach them to read the lips without knowing what the sound looks like? It blows my mind.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like my dad has gone. Like he's not deaf, but he can't understand. Like if you're not facing him, he can. And you talk fast, he can't understand you. Like he always says, it's not the volume. I could hear the volume. I can't make out what you're saying. But over the last 20 years, he's kind of learned how to read lips.
How's it like in a restaurant, like the crowd?
Yeah,
does?
like so we'll go to a bar and he'll come out for a beer and my friends will be saying something. And I'm like, he can't fucking hear you, dude. We're in a loud bar. And he literally answers back. Like, and they're all like yelling at me at the end of the day, being like, dude, he can totally hear me.
You're an asshole.
I'm like, how the fuck are you hearing this? But if we're in your house, you can't hear a goddamn thing.
He's fucking with you.
So it's either selective, which is some of it,
Definitely.
but after being that way for 20 years and going through like so many different hearing aids, he definitely learned how to read lips.
I do it with my kids now. My kids are like, it's just I'll be sending an email or answering somebody, and they'll be like, Dad, 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 and I literally don't hear it.
Right.
And then finally, my wife would be like, Vin, and I'll be like, what?
You're on your phone too much. You're like Jesse. I got a
No,
question.
nowhere near
Do you
as bad as
ever, I could actually ask you this because you're a dad who plays with your kids and Jesse's not. I'm only kidding.
I always wondered.
Oh, you're gonna cut that?
Have you? No, I'm not going to cut it. He's not going to watch it.
We'll see.
He's not going
You can say whatever you want. Say what you want about him right now.
to say what you want.
He just wants to say something.
What are you going to say?
I saw him coming out of a gay club. Not that long ago. Dude, he had on chaps and everything.
Wearing fucking something silver?
Yep, eyeliner and everything. It was
That'd
bad.
be
It was bad.
hilarious.
He asked me not to tell, but since he doesn't listen, fuck him.
Definitely a wig. He was wearing a wig too.
Imagine him in a
Butt
wig.
plug, light up butt plug, and everything. dude.
Imagine him with like makeup on and a wig.
Yeah. It would be so gross and hairy.
How do you think how do you think you look as a female?
As a female,
Yeah.
my face is too like,
Full?
no, not full. That's a fat joke. No, my face is too like beat up, I think.
Ah,
Like-
dude, a little. You know, you're not ugly. The problem is
I
you're
don't
just
think
not
makeup
rich.
would help me.
You're not rich. You're not ugly. You're just not rich.
Yeah,
You ever
can
see
definitely
like
tell that
these
I'm not
girls that get
rich.
pulled out of the hood and they get a few bucks and all of a sudden they're beautiful?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's true.
You're not ugly. You're just not rich.
It's true. You ever play with your kids and you're playing on the floor and you're doing shit, you're either wrestling or whatever, and then you act like you pass out
Yeah.
and to see what their reaction is?
Yeah.
You do that?
All the time.
I thought I was a psycho. For
I got
doing
my
Kevin-
son Lucas so bad one day that he's got legit emotional scarring from it.
Oh, well, that's not
So I'm not kidding. I fucked my
That's not good.
twins
You
up
were
so bad.
You're supposed to come out of it after a while.
We were
when they
driving
get nervous.
home from my mother's house, and there was you hear the train horn in the background,
Mm-hmm.
like far away, and I was like, "Oh no, that's the werewolf warning system." I'm maybe a block from my house. This kid's petrified of werewolves, and this little boy who's maybe 4 at the time is like terrified. I'm like, "There's nothing to worry about." I'm like, "As long as we have silver." All right? I literally get out of the car. I'm like, stay in the car. I'll make sure it's safe. I walk around like the front of my house. I'm looking around, right? And I'm like, all right, get out of the car. But when we get out of the car, you got to run. So they run in the house. And then like I make a noise like something's upstairs.
Yeah.
I go upstairs and I start like stomping on the floor. I'm wrestling around and I come
You made
downstairs.
it like you were fighting with a werewolf.
Yeah, I come downstairs. and I tell him I get scratched by a werewolf and I might turn into a werewolf. And I fall on the floor and pretend like I'm dead. And hysterical crying.
That was way more elaborate than I did. I'm just playing wrestling, and then I go, ugh.
That was a whole half a day.
My older
Worked
son,
up.
my oldest son goes, get the silver and put it on the scratch. So like he bails me out. I come back to life. Now my son is looking at me like I'm about to turn.
Right.
Like I'm a walker. Right. He's watching me. He don't know if he should hug me. I'm like, don't worry. I fought that werewolf. I threw him out the window. He's not coming back. He got so jacked up from that when we bought the new house, I had to tell him we put in a special alarm that has a werewolf sensor around the perimeter of the house. We only moved into that house a year ago.
Has he watched a movie with werewolves since?
Bro,
Still got it? Still afraid?
like every now and then I'll be like, is that a werewolf?
Oh my God.
They talked about what you're talking about right now on Kevin's show, and the kid Nick was like, that is one of the most fucked up things you could do to a child.
Oh,
Kevin was
yes.
saying how his mom used to do it for like 15 minutes at a time.
Oh, like pass out like you died?
Yep.
Really? They talked
Yeah.
about that?
They
Son
talked
of a
about it.
bitch.
Yeah.
Straight up Q face.
No, I would always be face down. I just wanted to see if they would either get help or really be concerned. And I'll tell you, 98% of the time they were not concerned. they would just jump on my back. They'd be like, Dad.
He's not getting
And then
up.
they walk into another room and I'm like, does anybody care that I'm not moving anymore?
It's funner to do with your pet. Like your dog probably cares more than your kids do.
Well, 100%.
You know.
Get in your face, trying
Yeah.
to turn you over. It's trying to help you. Trying to...
Dogs doing CPR,
Yeah.
jumping on your chest. Kids are like, this faggot's dead.
Come
Oh,
on,
Mom
buddy,
marries
get
a
up.
rich guy. Christmas is going to be awesome this year.
Yeah, they're fucking hoping for it.
Yeah.
Finally.
They'd be like,
Finally.
Uncle James is better anyway.
Yeah, they're like, finally, now Uncle James can move in with us.
I never did a story like that with my kids, though, because they're already petrified.
It was
of
too
everything.
much, dude. I regret doing it. Like, I genuinely to this day feel bad.
You probably had fun when you did it, though. Was your wife home when you wrestled the werewolf?
Yeah, she was like,
Surprised-
enough.
I'm surprised
Please,
she
Vin,
let you
enough.
do that.
Yeah, he got fucked up from it. I'm not 2 days ago. He said something about werewolves. And I'm like, they're not real. I was kidding.
But you scarred, Dad. You
Yeah.
scarred.
Yeah.
Werewolves.
That's funny.
Silver, though, that was quick. That was good.
That was
Well,
good.
it's a silver bullet, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, my
but
kids are walking outside
I don't
in
think
front
you
of
could
the
put
house.
silver on your scar, though, and you wake up.
Wow.
Doesn't silver kill?
Yes.
Colloidal,
You need a silver
like
If you
bullet.
hold it to, but don't you feel like holding on somebody? Wasn't that a movie?
Isn't it colloidal silver, I think, is the actual silver that disinfects things?
Yes. And that could like turn you a different color also, right? Or like get you real sick from it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Heavy metals. No bueno. Watch out for the sushi.
Sushi with the
You
shit.
get
in it.
the mercury.
You ever see those videos? Like go down that rabbit hole of like the worms and the parasites
Oh,
that are
yeah.
living inside of all of us right now? And how like every time you get a headache, that's really what's happening. It's just the worms acting up.
I could go
No,
for
it's
a good
not.
tapeworm.
No, it's not.
Yeah. I'll send you some videos.
You're a dick.
I'll send you some videos.
You got parasites.
I thought a
inside.
headache was stress.
No,
and
it's
it's
like-
like
No, so when you get a headache, your brain has actually no nerves. If you watch real brain surgery, there's no anesthesia. They numb your locally to get the so you don't feel them cutting into your fucking brain, but the brain itself has no nerves. What you feel when you get a headache is called the dura mater. It's a layer of I think it's collagen. I forget exactly, but that is filled with nerves. And when you get a headache, it's tightening.
okay.
As I'm like, it's tightening. I'm going the wrong way.
Where's the worms come in play?
They're in there.
You never.
You're a dick.
No,
There's
I'm,
worms
I'm
in
gonna
your
send
brain.
you some
Stop.
shit
There's no worms
from
If you
the
have-
plastic,
not in
from
your
all the
brain.
plastic
Well, yeah, there's microplastics in everybody now. That's the thing.
in your balls. Is where it lives.
Yeah,
From what?
From drinking your water.
From
bottle.
drinking this water?
Yeah.
it's plastics everywhere. It's in everything. So is formaldehyde. Think about everything you have is plastic.
Look at these scratches.
Dude, there's plastic in your hat. There's formaldehyde in your clothes. It's, you know,
Especially that shirt.
This guy's gonna be naked. I'm not kidding either. It's true. It's
So we
everywhere.
have those little parasites everywhere, like that.
I'll send you a video that will
So
fuck you
there's
up.
so much bacteria on your skin right now. When we shook hands, there's an argument to be made that we actually physically didn't touch skin to skin.
Oh,
Ew.
come on.
Plus, this guy was handling dead bodies all day. He
What do
definitely
you know
doesn't
about
wash his hands.
the bugs on your eyelids that are constantly reproducing?
This isn't This
On your eyelashes, excuse me. That's a real thing.
is that what my twitch is? Because I've had a twitch for
No,
like a
that's
month.
probably dehydration and stress.
So there's bugs on my eyelashes.
Everybody's,
I'm gonna
not
send
just
you
yours.
some good shit, bro.
You guys are gross.
That's not us, dude.
You're okay with it?
No, of course not. I don't want fucking bugs on my face. What do you think about, though, like, you know what trips me up is earwigs.
Your
Oh,
wigs are gross.
Not only are they gross, but, like, do they really crawl in your ear?
no way.
No.
I don't think
I
so.
mean, I think they'll go anywhere to hide, but no.
They say you swallow, like, 7, 8 spiders.
Yeah,
over the
I
course
don't.
of your
I don't
lifetime.
like any like insect. Like when you move shit in the summer and like 40 of them like pile out of something.
So I agree with you, but think about
So
how lucky you
nasty.
are that that's not like a rattlesnake in Florida.
right.
Sure, but I don't live in Florida because of rattlesnakes. Like I don't live in Arizona because of scorpions. Like I'm not moving there.
Right. But
Not moving
if they didn't have them, you'd consider going?
I mean, it would be more likely of me living in a place like that.
But what's
Yep.
the things that are here that if you didn't live here, you would be afraid of potentially?
I mean, well, it's tough to say because you're so
Gang
used
members?
to everything. But what?
There could be like maybe you had like you were freaked out by squirrels or something like that. You know.
Nah, nobody. Squirrels are all over the place.
What about the black squirrels?
I saw a red one the other day. I told the story about, which I don't know where that coming from.
That has no soul, that squirrel.
Trail of tears.
There's really nothing that's really super dangerous. I don't like ticks. I'll tell you that. I
That's a
really,
big thing.
I
Is
really don't like ticks.
Is
here.
there like a genre of people who like ticks?
No, but that is something like we went to the what is it? Not Gardeners Park. There's a dog park, and the whole
That's
plan.
where they are. My
The
mother's
whole
dog,
plan
too.
was going to be like, let's take the dog there, and then we'll walk to the beach. And I knew in my head, I was like, my son's going to want to fucking go off the trail. I don't want to deal with it. So it stopped me from doing it.
My mother just sent me a picture of a tick that was in her bed. They went to the dog
Yo.
park the day before, and she was like, "Is this a tick?" And it's so blatantly obvious that it's a tick. I thought it was a joke. That's how bad it was. I'll show you.
She was trying to get you to zoom in. It was the guy with the big black
That's
dick
what I thought, dude.
on the tick's back, or it was just like it was her, like really small, going like this.
I really hope that guy's family got some money from that shit because
Yeah, look.
he became super.
So this is the text she sends me,
Oh,
and
my
it's so
God.
blatantly obvious a tick that I thought it was bullshit.
that zoomed in.
No.
That's me zoomed in.
That
Even
zoomed in
still.
of what it is. That looks fake.
That
I
looks
thought
fake.
it was fake too.
That looks like it's under a microscope.
So it's in, she
Seriously.
put it in a Ziploc bag and I guess kept it in case she got bit because you're supposed to keep the tick and they test the tick for Lyme.
Yeah.
But it was in a bed the day before they were at the Wantagh Park with the dogs.
So if you have one of those, is she going crazy in her house looking for
Oh,
another?
yeah, dude,
because
she's a
there's no
lunatic.
way
Dude, my mom,
it's just hanging out by itself.
Maybe though.
my mom's a lunatic. So she literally said to me not too long ago, I can feel the dog hair hitting the ground. And I was like, oh, okay.
Sounds like my mother. I can feel
Wait a
the
second.
dog.
Back to the tick thing. You're under the impression that ticks like they're buddy with other ticks and they just like to hang out together.
I think where there's one tick, there's multiple ticks.
I mean, the odds are that's right. It's
Definitely.
the same thing
No,
with
but
roaches.
not in your house.
Roaches, they say.
if one makes it in on the dog, I'm sure Briss by another one that could fucking definitely be on the
So
dog.
it's not as bad as like roaches is the big one. They say if you see one roach, there's 10,000.
Right.
right. Ants. There's never just
Yeah,
one
I don't
ant.
think it's like that. I mean, yeah, in the wild, probably sure they're hanging out together.
My parents, when my
They're
parents,
hitching a ride somewhere. Not a lot.
you think he's by himself?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you go to fucking,
Beach.
yeah. What is the beach though? The
Where did you bury those?
Fire
bodies?
Island.
Venetian. Oh yeah.
Fire Island. Those fucking deers are infested.
Oh, yeah, you can't even eat those deers.
Can't even eat them.
No, the deers at Fire Island, dude, they have AIDS.
They have fucking
d-
mushrooms growing out of their head like that fucking
Yeah.
This Is
Yeah.
Us show.
That's
What's
a
up with that?
disease. Dude, I watched that first episode.
Show's wild.
Yeah.
What?
The This Is Us.
This Is Us
Like the
on
cordyceps
HBO.
and the mushrooms that like take over.
Oh
everybody.
yeah.
I like it. I think it's going to be good. Although the girl, the actress, is in her rebellious years, one episode, and I want to punch her in the face.
People are really saying that mushrooms are fucking the answer to everything. Like literal mushrooms. Like we're
There's
not
no actual
eating-
proof that, there's no scientific proof that doing a TMT or ayahuasca experience.
No. But they're saying like mushrooms, all the different mushrooms in the world, like they all have cures for everything. Like they are like the answer for everything.
Yeah.
According to Last of Us, they're gonna take over the world
Yeah,
and
they
kill
can
all. of
grow
us.
up from the ground through your foot, come out your head, and just fucking kill everybody.
Yeah. Especially in
Last of Us is that HBO show where the daughter died in like the first episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's about mushrooms now?
Yeah. Cordyceps.
Cordyceps. So yes and no. Yeah, there's a mushroom called like Dead Man's Hand or something like that. You ever see that?
Nope.
It's fucking wild. It looks
I
just
never
like
do.
a dead hand coming out of the ground.
Yeah, you know a lot about that.
I think, and sorry, Stefan from the Holy Black, I think people that are into mushrooms are weird.
He
Not
takes
psychedelic
chances.
mushrooms.
I think he takes
Love those
chances.
people. I'm talking about the people that are going out into the wild, eating mushrooms.
Yeah. I think
There's
they do
that
something
one
to
with
you.
John Cena who is like it's a movie. He gives his buddy who's like real conservative guy a mushroom, and for some reason he eats it thinking it's food. He's like, "What'd you do with that?" He's like, "I ate it." He's like, "You ate the devil's dick?" He's like,
Ticks are gross.
yeah,
This is terrible.
This is the mushroom called Dead Man's Hand. It looks just like a dead hand coming out of the
I see
grave.
that. Looks green though.
Well, that's what they look like at that one.
If you really think about like mushrooms, are kind of gross unless they're covered in pizza. Like
Mushrooms are absolutely gross, but
Anything
I do
is
love
gross
them.
unless it's like smothered in mozzarella. Then I can
that's
get
the
it down.
only that's the only way I can tolerate a mushroom. Like gross. Like I see a mushroom in the supermarket and I'm like, that looks like disgusting dirt.
It does. It looks like dirt. I mean, kind of like potatoes too.
It's
Potatoes
literally
look like shit,
fungus.
too.
The inside's nice though.
Literally fungus.
Yeah.
No matter how you slice it.
But there's got to be a reason.
I hate people who are like, I just love a good portobello mushroom. And I'm just like,
They do taste good. You don't like portobello
what?
mushrooms?
Fuck that, dude. It's
I don't
like
know. My wife
eating-
puts a little vinegar and oil on that shit. Fucking some mozzarella. Fucking
Well, there's mozzarella on it,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
That's why.
roasted red pepper. Yeah, it tastes delicious.
Tomato sauce.
So let me help you with something. All those other ingredients, just take the mushroom away. Bet you it's still delicious.
It's probably delicious.
The mushrooms, to me, they especially the big ones, it's like tofu. It's fucking gross.
The bottoms are creepy too. Like all those fucking.
It was
little-
like line. It looked like gills.
that's where the bugs hang out.
like fish gills.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucking gross.
You don't eat sushi either, right?
I do.
You do eat sushi.
So I actually don't like fish, but will eat sushi.
Same.
That's so weird.
Same.
I'm in it for the worms. I'm trying to get a tapeworm, lose some
See,
weight.
I'd rather you cook the fish so the worms die.
If you cook it enough,
You'll cook it enough.
it's all about turnover.
You'll cook it enough.
you want turnover when it comes to sushi. You
When
don't want-
best remember Best Market?
yeah.
My cousin got a fish from Best Market and they
Still
brought it
alive?
home and they cut it and it had worms in it, white worms. And they brought it back.
It could have been worse. It could have been black
They
worms.
brought it back and they said most of the fish that we see contains a percentage of worms in it, and that's just a part of the fish. I think that guy probably got fired.
Also, I
But that
am
was
never eating
never
fish again.
Never going there again.
I go
never got
to
fish
a
from
fish
there again.
market though.
Yeah.
So like by
Yeah,
me,
I do fish market.
even by me, like you know, you
Stu
got,
Leonard's.
Like, yeah, you got like a Stu Leonard's.
Leonard's.
I'm like, I like to go to New Wave Seafood is by me in Wantaw, and it's just like, yeah, we had a fresh catch today. Guys just brought it in from Freeport, and I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Now I think they're all coming from.
You
farm
can't
tubs.
buy like tilapia from King Cullen.
No.
It's like first of all,
Nope.
tilapia is not a real fish. It's
Right.
like
That's true.
Made up.
you know.
Yep.
But like that's where your whole story went wrong. It's like Best Market.
Well, yeah. No, it's
There's
true.
a reason why they're out of business.
But yeah, I think it started with
How about
like
not so best
like
market?
you would get your salmon from there. You know what I mean?
No, never did.
That's
My
right.
family too, like, you know, cooked like crazy and shit. They would never make fish at home.
Right.
Like only time I get fish is when I go out to eat.
Do any of you
That's it.
work with that one person who deserves to rot in hell, who brings their fish in and microwaves
I can't
it
stand
Someone
that
here did that
and
the other
blows
day.
out the
I don't know
entire
who it
fucking
was,
office?
but I'm guessing it was Crystal.
Rhymes with pistol.
It's gross. It's super gross.
Yeah, the smell is just horrendous. You think Jesse is still alive right now or no?
He's sitting out there on the phone, so it's same as always.
Is he pacing? Has he started pacing yet?
It's got an important meeting.
My favorite thing is like watching what he's looking at. Like I think he's like emailing somebody. Nope.
He is so addicted.
It's
to that
always
phone.
TikTok or Instagram.
I love watching him on that Vitruvian thing. It's intense with like nonsensical stuff.
He was here yesterday.
Was he?
Oh, Nick,
Yep.
get the fuck out of here!
Small guy.
No,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that.
You size him up?
Yeah. I was like,
I'll fuck this guy up.
What are
He
you, 50
was
plus?
here yesterday.
Yeah.
Seems like a good guy.
He was nice.
He
Super
seems
nice.
like a super nice guy, but like the stuff they talk about is so like
I added
intense.
it. You don't
It's
have
like
to tell me. I added
intense
that shit.
nonsense.
It's crazy.
All right, it's time to go home now.
Let's
and I'm
do it.
dead serious about that.
I like what you did there.
Who are these first down dogs?
You got all the shows.
You got all this. That was fast. What do you got, a fucking headset out there?
Doesn't Rob look like fucking Gallagher a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. Especially the way he was posing for your wife
you
for the
guys-
pictures.
you guys
He was like,
gotta-
yo, he literally went like this. He goes, get me smiling. He goes like this.
Before you say whatever you're about to say, just know that he's recording this all back there
That's
right now
fine.
and listens to it 25 times
He said
over.
he was a model.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
There's no problem, Kurt. I was a model back in the
I
day.
love this today when he was doing the headshots. He sat down. He didn't realize it at first. His shirt came up to like.
It's either the front or the back.
The best is when he leans over there and you see his whole asshole hanging out. He's just looking into the abyss at him.
Rob just gave you a cavity search.
Robbing his ass.
Yeah.